Got this slitting saw on this arbor here, and I guess it's your typical slitting saw. But what's happened is the job that I'm working on a project with a buddy, and that would go back on. That would be nice. So we're using it obviously in this orientation on a Bridgeport, and just the way we have the part fixtured, it's on a angle plate, and we've come in from one side, and then our plan is to go up and around and then come in from the back side to cut all the way through. And unfortunately this nut in this setup is going to run into the angle plate in the back side, and just the way it's fixtured, can't get around it. So first thoughts were to cut this down, put a small nut on here, but after thinking about it, I don't want to ruin this arbor. I mean, it wouldn't be ruined, but it would be very limited what you could use it for after. So plan is just going to make up a unique arbor to hold this saw. And I'm just going to take this down to 7/8 so I can put it in a R8 holder, 1-inch pilot for the saw there, and then just a cap and a 1/2 inch or something screw inside of that. So got a chunk of metal there, and I'll get started. So with that high-speed, this blank here, I bought this for like $1 at a used tool shop, and I just keep grinding an edge on that thing, and man, it'll hog through just about anything. I was taking 62 and a half aside, so I was taking 1/8 of an inch at a crack here, and running 2 3/4 for depth, about 90 RPM and about 5 thou feed rate. So I was peeling off some nice chips there, and that's down just over the inch. That's going to go to 7/8, but I'm going to finish that with a finisher, and then I'm trying to decide whether to put a radius down here in this corner or an undercut or something. And then this has got to be at 1/600, which is a little bit of work to go there. And then what my plan is, I think I'm gonna run these two diameters as they are concentric now, and then in order to put the pilot on the end for the saw blade to fit on, I'm gonna chuck this up once it's down to 7/8. I'll chuck that up in the collet chuck, and then make sure that the pilot for the saw is running true to that, which will go into the R8 collet in the Bridgeport. So a little bit more roughing, probably one more pass, and then I'll start working on putting a radius in here. So at this point, with I didn't bother filming turning. I didn't think it would be turning any heads on YouTube at this point. Lots of turning videos out there, but so we're down to 7/8 here, inch 600 here, and I'm just going to work and try and put a radius in here at this point. So at this point the diameter is done, and just making this will be basically the washer that'll hold the saw. So I'm just parting that off right now. Well, that didn't go so good. I didn't lose it, but I'm gonna chicken out and I'm gonna saw that the rest of the way. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just roughing out for the pilot for the saw blade. I got about 30 to go. I think I'm just going to stay at this depth and go in and take that 30. I just set my cross slide at 0. I'm going to go get the blade and see what that looks like. One of the things I did, the insert I was using had a radius on it, so the blade didn't quite sit on there the way I was hoping. So what I did was I just took this little grooving tool here, come in up against that shoulder, and just took it in and got rid of the radius from the tool. And now that's a nice fit on there. Looks a little dangerous on the lathe. Maybe it'll help me cut some wood. So the next thing is I got to drill and tap for the cap to go on, and then I'm gonna consider an option for maybe putting a dowel in here just as a backup for drive. So with a bit of handwork, and I actually had to put this, I don't know whether I'd call it a space or the cap, right? The clamping cap. Had to put it in the 3-jaw this way here and get this thickness down so that when the two of these are together, I can't be any more than 625, just because of the way the part is sitting on the angle plate. I relieved a little bit of this inside here just to make sure this outer ring is clamping on the saw. And then so you can see there's lots of arbors out there that don't drive with a keyway. Actually, the other one we were driving without a keyway as well, or without a key, I should say. But I think what I might do, I don't have the means nor the time right now to put, I guess more I don't have the means, or should I rephrase that? I guess with some effort and some research I could figure out how to put a keyway in there and put a key in, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drill a hole and make a pin so that I have a pin in there that's just kind of as a precautionary so this doesn't spin. This step on the Arbour is, I think I made that 50 thou, and then the saw is an 1/8, so there's a little bit of squeeze when you put this on here, and when we were tightening that up we'll get a little bit of squeeze out of it that way. But I think I'm going to stand it up and make a pin and drop it in there. I've got it set up in the drill press. Got it clamped to an angle plate here. I'm going to start with a center drill here. Would help if we had a sharp one. I got a 3mm reamer in there. That's all I had, that small. Fingers crossed. I think that worked pretty good. So that's the hole. That's reamed out now to 3mm. And then when the saw goes on, I just got the drill in there now. I'm gonna make up a just a soft dowel. When we put it together, we'll put it up against and then clamp the ring on it. So 3 millimeters is 1/18 and a tenth, 1/18.1. That's 1/24. I want 6 off of that. It's just under 119. I don't really... Not sure whether I want to press fit or just have that slip in there. There we go. Oh, that's perfect. That's just snug. So I'm going to cut that off. Yeah, I think I'm just going to cut that off and then just grind a little chamfer on the back side that's going to go down in, and then I'm going to tap it down in flush with the center of the arbor there, just flush. What I decided I'm going to do is take the end I got the chamfer on, and I'm going to put it down, and then I'm going to tap that down. This would be good if you could see it. I'm going to tap that down flush with this pilot, and then I get a hold of the 5C collet holder in the vise and just file that nice and flat. Make sure that it's flush here. It's not going to be sticking up to hit the cap. Alternative is I put a large relief hole in the cap that'll orient the cap as well. Well, looks good. I'm going to take it over to the vise now. So I need my glasses. So I'm trying to take the pin down just until I get down flush with the pilot. Well, we got it here, might as well try it. So just I'll preload it that way. I think that's going to work really good.